festive fervor within the large caps as well. But let's talk to Santosh Iyer, Managing Director and CEO at Mercedes-Benz India, to get a color on how their festive seasons have panned out. Santosh, good to have you on ET now, and congrats firstly on selling cars worth what? 1 crore rupees every 6 minutes during Navratri alone. Tell us how that happened and what do you think is, driving these sales?
Yeah, so I think we are quite pleased with the record performance and the best ever quarter, the best ever month that we had. And thanks to, of course, the reduction in the GST rates, that really helped. There was also a bit of pent-up demand because consumers had postponed purchases, and the moment 22nd September happened, I think it all materialized into sales. Having said that, we also ran a campaign which is called the Dream Days. This campaign continues in October as well. And this campaign is trying to focus on making cars affordable via EMIs. That's one way because, we have also seen a lot of salaried customers today buying cars. Their ability to pay EMIs, are varied because there are months in the year when they get an ESOP or a bonus, and that's the time they want higher EMIs. So we have specific products for them. We have key-to-key kind of offers wherein you can buy an S-Class today and in 2 years when the new S-Class comes, upgrade to that. So very unique financial products as well, which is driving demand. So a combination of GST 2.0 with pent-up demand and also unique financial offering given by Mercedes-Benz Financial. If you combine, and of course, I think the desirability and the love for Mercedes-Benz has been also at an all-time high in India.
And Santosh, hi, this is Harsha. Possible to quantify or at least estimate the proportional impact of the GST reduction versus organic festive demand? Give us a sense.
So, of course, as I said, this the slowdown happened from August itself because after 15th August, when the Honorable Prime Minister announced the expectations were there, but they were still muted because nobody was sure whether, luxury cars also will get affected. But 4th of September, once it was clear that the prices are going down, it was almost not there. So if you look at the full quarter, the growth is more than 4%. But then, the last 9 days is where we saw a significant uptick. I think what's more important is October. We also are entering October with close to 2,000 odd order bank, and we see a very strong momentum even continuing now. So the full effect we have to take not only Dussehra but also Diwali both into effect. And when you combine these two, then of course we can quantify it a bit more precisely. So we have to wait for October to also get over to see the real impact of the GST 2.0.
Well, Santosh, the average, car price sold was about almost 1 crore rupees, right, during Navratri. Tell us about the specific vehicle segments that were the primary drivers of this kind of high average value.
So as Mercedes-Benz, clearly our top-end segment, which is cars more than 1.3 crores, 1.4 crores are selling. We had a 10% growth last quarter. Then we have the core segment, the E-Class, the GLCs, C-Classes. They again are driving growth. In the entry segment, we could see a bit of stress, not because of the segment, because I think the overall segment is growing even in luxury. But as Mercedes-Benz, we don't have discounted cars or cheaper cars in the lower price band. So maybe we were not able to participate there as much as we would have loved to. But I think with the change in taxes, that also changes now because now we have an entry level a GLA, which is a fully spec car available at 50 lakhs, sub 50 lakhs actually for the first time. So I think that should again help in the future, not only for the festive season. So surely from a mix perspective, it's the top end and the core which was driving the growth and the demand. Entry is yet to be seen. But as I said, with the change in pricing now, we are super confident next 2 quarters, we should see even entry coming back strongly.
Well, achieving those stats every 6 minutes during Navratri is a logistical feat. How did your dealer network and supply chain manage the sudden spike? That has been a concern even on quick commerce platforms, in fact. So give us a sense on dispatches, deliveries. How were those? How did you manage those?
So no doubt about that. Generally, during festive period already, the trucks are a challenge. Logistics is a challenge because I think, the entire logistic industry is based on a average demand. And festive period already bumps it up. To add to it, this year was the GST 2.0. So frankly, we should thank the transport partners. They really supported to the best possible extent. We could have done a bit more only if at all we got more trucks. On the other side, I think our teams back in Pune, everybody was burning the midnight oil. They were in office till 1 a.m. Almost every day. Even our dealers, our dealers had organized catering for customers till midnight throughout the day because the deliveries were happening at a. So they have never ever done so many deliveries, and on an average, a luxury car delivery takes 1 to 2 hours to explain the features, and also customers. This is the biggest high point for them when they purchase the car. So we had rituals, we had pundits in the showroom continuously being present to showrooms, and catering kept open till late midnight as well. So I think credit goes to the franchisee partners, my colleagues back in Pune, and also our logistic partners to really drive this and make this happen.
Right. So, Santosh, can we expect a similar trend for the upcoming Diwali and Dhanteras period as well? And could it be 5 minutes this time, perhaps?
Not really. We would love to be 5 minutes, but I think a lot of cars, Dashara is an auspicious day, and therefore these cars went into deliveries. But as I said, the good part is we are entering October with close to 2,000 order bank. So most of this we should be able to deliver also in October. The challenge for us is November and December. We have to really see whether this demand momentum continues, whether the purchasing cycle is on, and we have to wait for this full quarter to see how it develops. But I would still say that if I take the trend in July, August, where the industry was degrowing, right now you can see a significant growth. But even if it averages to flat, in terms of Q4 or even a single-digit growth of 5 to 6%, I think that would have been a great result considering all the geopolitical tensions. So we have to always look at results, in the context of the current environment and the macroeconomic environment as well, and the sentiments as well. So I think it's a great turnaround story, even if it is flat or a single-digit growth for the full quarter. But I'm sure Diwali will have a very strong, sales also happening at that point of time.
Okay. And Santosh, order book of 2,000 units, nearly the same numbers sold during Navratri. What is the expected timeline for delivering these pending orders? And how much of this book is projected to convert into Q3 and Q4 sales?
Unfortunately, it's not that all these 2,000 cars, we have cars available, or some of them may even come next year. A couple of cars like the Maybach, the G-Wagons, they are all in demand. Couple of colors and mix. Diesel suddenly has also increased a lot. So we are a bit short on some of the diesel cars as well. So the fuel mix, type, and cars, and so that's to manage exactly what the customer needs is a challenge. So in our view, out of this 2,000 that we are carrying forward, 1,000, 1,500 will materialize. But every day we have new order intake, and hopefully some of them should be able to give us the numbers. So some will also get carried forward to next year. But I still we feel that this going in position is strong, and now new orders coming in, we should be able to cater, and it should be a strong quarter for us.
So, Santosh, with GST 2.0 effect potentially normalizing, what is the strategy to sustain the current sales momentum post the festive quarter?
No, I think for us, the main pillar is financial services. Today, 80% of the cars bought in India are under finance. So basically, we have to continue to offer unique financial solutions. Thanks to the RBI, the interest rates are kept low. And I think that really helps consumers because, on one side, we are also grappling with price increases. And now not because of any other reason, but because the rupee is getting devalued. It used to be around 90 a year back. Today, we are looking at 103, 104 kind of a corridor, which means we have to ideally increase prices by 15%. We have already done 3 price increases. The prices have gone up by 6%, but the GST is now bringing it down. And the EMIs are ensuring that the EMIs for the customer doesn't change because of the low interest rate. So we have to use all the levers at one side. Even start of next year, we may have to go for the next level of price increases. And that's why I said we have to look at quarter by quarter, and that may have an impact on demand. But on the other side, we feel that, this EMIs and different products like key-to-key seasonal EMIs. For the first time, we introduced an offer where once a year you can pay a bit more EMI once a month in the year. So such kind of products will drive demand, and we are focused to introduce more and more such financial products to enable ownership. apart from the network reach, which I already mentioned earlier, going more into places like Patna, Jammu, and many others, because I think that the aspiration to own the three-pointed star is there across.
And what is the updated strategy to revive volume and margin in at least in the entry luxury segment against rivals? Lower priced offerings, is that how one would play?
No, I think as I said, the GST 2.0 has done is we have a very good car which was fully loaded and equipped, but unfortunately it was priced at 53, 55 lakhs. Now this car has come to 49 lakhs post the GST, and I think that's a big change, because we have to remember not only the ex-showroom price comes down, the registration in India is close to 20%. So this 20% used to be on the 5 lakh rupees, 4 lakh rupees extra price, and now it's at 49. So in that sense, the on-road price of these cars coming down to drive demand. We have again fully going all in terms of financial products for these cars. The EMIs are being crashed to 35,000. We are also passing on the higher RV benefit, which is the residual value benefit to the customer. So we are sure that maybe in the next 2 quarters we can see again a strong uptick in our entry portfolio for Mercedes-Benz as well.
Right. And while the EV penetration is still 8% of the overall sales, if I understand correctly, how is it that you plan to accelerate that?
So Mercedes-Benz was the first OEM in India to luxury OEM, I would say, in India to localize EVs. We have two EVs being made out of Chakan, the EQS SUV and the sedan. Our focus again, when it comes to EVs, was we trickle down. We start with the top end products, and slowly, the EVs in our portfolio, the EQA, the EQB, they are all CBUs. They are not locally produced, which also meant that they are at a price point of 65 to 70 lakhs compared to the other brands which are available, maybe sub 50. But for us now, we are very clear that we will allow the customers to decide the pace of transformation. Last year, our penetration on EVs was 4%. This year, it's 8%, so doubling. But at the same time, we should allow customers to decide the pace of transformation. So we will offer good diesels, gasoline, EVs, all powertrains, and let the customer decide the pace of transformation. Particularly the entry segment, I feel, the GST coming down by 8% on combustion engine means that now the TCO argument on EVs, particularly in the entry segment, will not be as strong. So you may actually shift some of the EV entry-level EV customers going back to combustion engine as well. So this will be an interesting space to watch out for next 2 quarters again. But having said that, we are fully committed to decarbonize. We will introduce new cars. You also asked new cars. There was a global premiere of the new CLA. This car we attempt to bring into India as early as possible. It's a pure electric vehicle, latest operating system, 800-volt architecture. The expectation was to get by end of this year, but at this stage, we don't see that happening because of all the, there's a good demand for this car in Europe itself. So we are still trying to manage, but maybe first quarter next year, we should be able to introduce the CLA electric, which is next generation of electric car for the Indian market as well.
Santosh, it's always a pleasure speaking with you, and great getting this perspective from you with regard to how festive is playing out, especially at the luxury end of things.